Chatfuel School is now in session. Welcome to our weekly class where the Chatfuel team and the top experts in the industry will cover the most important topics you need to know as a chatbot builder and marketer. I'm Andrew, Chatfuel's head of video production.
I am Bojana, Chatfuel's content manager.
The word free, F-R-E-E, it's a strong emotional trigger for us as humans. And when I say strong, I'm talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger level strong, right? It's the real deal. It's serious business. And to me, the word free really takes me back to the early days of the internet, where you'd go on a website and you'd see one of those spammy, scammy banner ads, and it was like, congrats, you won, you're the millionth visitor, click here to claim your prize. And obviously you knew you weren't, but the reality was some people fell for that and fell into the scam because that trigger, free, was so powerful. So obviously today we're not talking about the 90s and scammy ads. Instead, we're talking about giveaways and contests, but it relates back to this idea of something being free. And contest giveaways, they are really powerful for brands to leverage to achieve their business goals and boost sales. So obviously, though, when you're running a contest or a giveaway campaign, you can't just kind of put it out there and let it fly and hope for the best. There's a science to it. There's an art to it. So today we're talking to 3 expert guests in the industry and having them share their insights.
Hi everyone. Hi Andrew. Today we have 3 guests joining us, and they all have interesting backgrounds and stories. One landed his first job with cold emailing. One owned a funky sock store. One is a painter. And of course, all 3 of them are master marketers with specific expertise in contests and giveaways. Collectively, they're responsible for driving 8 figures in sales from this type of campaigns. They run them using games, pop-ups, landing pages, emails, and of course, chatbots. So let's jump right in. Andrew, who's our first guest today?
All right, so our first guest of the day is Kevin, and Kevin is the VP, the Vice President, the big dog of marketing at Wishpond. You might be asking, well, what exactly is Wishpond? Basically, it's a lead generation and marketing automation platform for hosting social contests. So things like sweepstakes, giveaways, contests, all that jazz. And over the past decade, Wishpond has helped its customers generate over 100 million leads. Yes, 100 million. It's a big number. It's not like Jeff Bezos big, but it's still extremely impressive. Now, here's some other fun facts about Kevin before we chat with him. So before Wishpond, he co-founded a crowdfunding agency where basically he would help people get their ideas off the ground and get funding for them. So Kickstarter, Indiegogo projects, things like that. And one of his favorite projects that he worked on was called All Season Sweats. These were odor-resistant sweatpants. How that works is beyond me, but guess that's science. He also owns a sock company called Sock Mafia, which is amazing. I'm just going to let that sit by itself. Now, our first question for Kevin was, what's his number 1 tip for running a successful contest or giveaway?
The type of contest or giveaway we see that's the most effective is one that has a strong call to action, being capturing an email address, right? So we typically don't recommend people run contests to say, hey, tag this for a chance to win or like this for a chance to win. The reason being, it's very difficult to follow up with people after the contest ends. Of course, you say, okay, well, I have these people that like me on Facebook, but if you're familiar with Facebook organic reach, you'll know that you might, as a Facebook business page, only be able to reach 1, 2 to 3% of that total audience, right? So meaning that if you get a like on your Facebook page, and then you publish something and say, hey, thanks for entering the contest, guys. Check out my store. 1 to 3 out of 100 people are going to see that post. So it's very ineffective in terms of a follow-up strategy.
There's a saying in the sales world that goes, the money is in the follow-up. That's true with contests and giveaways as well. Whether you do it by email, text, chatbot, Instagram, it doesn't matter. Giving away your product and your services won't make you money. Obviously, by itself, it's just an expense. But following up everyone who entered the giveaway, now that has the potential to bring you a return, to bring you sales. Here's what Kevin thinks about what you should include in that follow-up message.
This is probably as important as the prize itself or anything you do in the campaign, is come up with a super compelling offer that you want to promote to that audience once they've opted in, right? So think about it to yourself and think, if I had entered for a chance to win, this shoe package or this gift card, what would be something that would be compelling for me to take action on this? And it might be something like 50% off. It might be free plus shipping. It might be a loss leader for you guys to get that customer data. But whatever it is, try to make that as compelling as possible, because that's going to really make a difference in terms of the value you're going to see from these campaigns.
So basically what we're talking about here is a consolation prize, right? Hey, you didn't win the big one, but here's a little something for you instead. And the question is, what should that big one actually be? What should that prize be? Because if you're running a contest or giveaway, obviously you need to decide what that prize, what that incentive will look like. So we wanted to know, if Kevin were going to run a contest or giveaway for Sock Mafia, what prize should he give away? Should it be something like an iPad?
That strategy, giving away an iPad, is actually a good one if you sell iPads. Right now, when you're thinking about giving away what prize you should be giving away, you should be thinking about that as being kind of the magnet that's pulling in people relevant to your company, right? So if I'm giving away an iPad, I'm going to collect people who want iPads. If I'm giving away shoes, I'm going to get people who want those types of shoes. If I'm giving away consulting services, I'm going to get people who like consulting services. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, okay, well, my product is very niche, or maybe it's not going to have as wide of appeal as maybe like an Amazon gift card or as an iPad. That's actually a good thing, right? What that's going to allow us to do is to collect a group of people who we know are hyper-targeted and interested in what you're offering.
Did you catch those 2 important tips? Number 1, focus on the quality of people entering your contest or giveaway, not quantity. Number 2, give away a prize that you sell, not some random unrelated product. Why are those 2 tips important? Because they help attract people who are more likely to convert when you send your follow-up message. They're already interested, no? Now, we just covered how you should aim for quality over quantity of entrants, but you still want to spread the word as much as you can. One great way to do that, have the people entering the contest do the marketing for you. Kevin gave us one last piece of advice on how to do this, by using scoring leaderboards.
So we might use a leaderboard when there's a big prize at stake. Maybe it's like a big trip we're giving away, or a big gift card offer or something like that. And usually within leaderboards, we'll want to allow people to have different options and different actions that they can take to get more points into the contest, right? So that might include coming back daily to share. That might be to engage with you on different social media platforms. That might be to refer a friend. Whatever that might be, people can basically take those different actions and we'll see their score populating on these leaderboard contests. What's kind of neat as well is that I've seen contests where we actually incentivize people based off specific actions like watching videos, reading content on your blog. So really get creative. Pretty much anything that we can allow someone to click on, we can count a score towards their contest, and we can add that to the leaderboards.
So this concept of getting people to do something, to take action to increase their odds of winning, reminds me of Omaze, which is a really cool contest platform for charities. Some of the past prizes they've given out include a Lamborghini, which, just saying, is my childhood dream car, a luxury vacation to Greece, meeting the cast of Breaking Bad, etc. And so you can win all of these experiences or sports cars for free. All you have to do is enter your personal information. However, the more you donate, the more money you put in, the more effort and action that you take, the more entries you get. And so the takeaway here is to use competition in your contests and giveaways. Tap into that human desire to get people to engage with your brand and take action even further than just, entering in their email address. So that was Kevin, the VP of Marketing at Wishpond. Kevin, big shout out and thank you to you. If you want to run your own contest or giveaway, you can head on over to wishpond.com, and there you can either put together your campaign DIY, like as if you're building IKEA furniture, or you can hire an expert there at Wishpond to do everything for you from A to Z. Now, finally, before we head to our next guest, let's take a look at this video from Omaze. It's one of their campaigns where if you donate to the charity Girls Who Code, you can win a Tesla. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
All right, guys, this is it. Last chance to win a Tesla Model X P100D plus $20,000 cash. Say goodbye to $20,000 cash. It's going, gone. Just kidding. You can still enter to win at omaze.com/TeslaX.
I mean, if you handed me the keys to a Tesla and $20K in cash, I'd be your biggest fan for life. This is an amazing giveaway prize, I need to say. But on to the next one. Our next guest. Her name is Zuza, and she's the head of chatbots at BotLikeU. BotLikeU is a messenger chatbot agency specialized in games, quizzes, and contests. Their clients include McDonald's, Coca-Cola, M&M's, Discovery Channel, Mercedes, Visa, and many others. When she's not building bots, Zuza loves live concerts. Me too. And before COVID, she'd been to more than 100. She also draws and paints psychedelic art inspired by Alex Gray, of course. And she's currently writing a movie script. I mean, what a woman! But for today, we wanted to dig into her expertise on contests and giveaways. We started by asking her to tell us exactly what a contest or giveaway is. What's the simplest definition she can give us?
I would define a viral contest or a giveaway as an interactive activation with a high shareability potential where both the brand and the customer can actually gain value.
One great example of a giveaway that Zuza's agency ran is called Swipe and Shake. No, don't worry, this isn't some new TikTok dance trend that you've missed out on. Instead, Swipe and Shake, that's the name of a game that BotLikeU developed for KFC. It's inspired by Dance Dance Revolution, so basically there are these arrows that appear on screen, and the user swipes in the direction of those arrows. And then at the end of each week, the top 40 scorers in that game get a free milkshake from KFC. So it's really a win-win all around. And this giveaway actually meets Zuza's 3 criteria for a successful campaign. The first of which is an interactive activation. In this case, people played a game, so certainly interactive. Number 2, it has to be highly shareable, and this was accomplished by, at the end of the game, people can invite their friends to play, and they can also show off their score thanks to the leaderboards. And then third and finally, both the brand and the consumer gain value. The brand, KFC, gains value because, well, their fans and customers are engaging with them, and the customers and fans are benefiting from free milkshakes. So again, win-win all around. Now, next we asked Zuza for her agency's secret sauce for successful sweepstakes. And hint, no, it's not gravy from KFC, but instead games.
So here you can actually see exactly what I meant at the beginning when it comes to the relationship between the price, the task, and the time needed to actually solve the task. So generally, gamification is something we use all the time because it simply works. Almost everybody loves games, and it's just easy to engage people in them.
So, Zuza says to plan out the price, the task, and the time carefully. Why and what that means? Well, number 1, the prize must be something that people want. Think about the most selling product you have or the service that people are usually paying the most for. Offer that. Number 2, the task you have to do to enter must be engaging. A game is more fun than just typing in your email, your hashtag, or tagging your friends. And 3, the time. Time it takes to enter must match how big prizes. You can't ask people to write an essay just to win a milkshake. It doesn't make sense. If you think about it, everything that Zuza said, it makes sense. Her specialty is messenger chatbots. So we ask also, Why choose a chatbot for your contest or giveaway rather than an email or landing page?
There was no data collection, additional data collection, so all it took was to play the game. And we didn't want to introduce data collection section because we know that it's a no-no for a lot of people, basically, especially those who care about their data. So it was just easier to use Messenger and to afterwards notify the winners each week and communicate with our subscribers. And it was, for me, it's always better to keep the whole activation within one medium. So just putting everything into Messenger, for me, it feels more transparent, and it's simply a better user experience solution.
Okay, so to really drive that point home and to be completely clear, literally all people had to do to enter this giveaway was go to KFC's Facebook page, chat with their bot, play this game, and they were good to go. Unlike a traditional landing page, there was no need to capture all this data like their email, their address, their blood type, their social security number, all of that not needed on Messenger. People just play the game, KFC can still follow up with them without that friction. So it's absolutely amazing. And this is why Messenger is so great. But obviously here at Chatfuel, we're a little biased. We think chatbots and marketing automation is awesome, but I wanted to play devil's advocate. So I asked Zuza, I was like, aren't chatbots just kind of text-based, and aren't they more restrictive than a traditional landing page in terms of the content you can use? And her answer was, Andrew, that is wrong. No, no, no.
Another thing is that you can use chatbots to distribute other types of content. So inside a chatbot, you can distribute any landing page you create, any web game. You can distribute AR filters, videos, pics. There is so many, or audio recordings. So there's so many types of content you can distribute with a chatbot, which makes the whole experience very exciting and surprising for the user.
So, basically, take advantage of any opportunity you can to delight your customers. And use chatbots. They're a perfect solution. If you want to try building one for yourself, you know where to go. Chatfuel.com. Thank you, Zuza, for joining us today. You can learn more about her messenger agency at bot-like-you.com. Now, before we introduce our last guest for today, let's watch the trailer video for a messenger contest Zuza's agency designed for Samsung during 2018 World Cup. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Okay, so here's an open challenge to anybody watching right now. If you can beat my high score in that Samsung soccer game, then free Chatfuel Pro account is on me. Anyway, our final guest today is Stoyan, and he is a viral email marketing expert, and you'll see why in just a second here. So after high school, Stoyan, didn't just want a normal, boring job, right? He had higher aspirations. So he decided to sharpen his skills in marketing specifically. He took a ton of marketing courses online, and then to land his dream job, he cold emailed tons of different marketing agencies in Berlin, which is where he lives. And the subject line of those cold emails that he sent out is brilliant and magnificent. We needed a moment of silence for it, really. So here it is. Don't open this email because you're going to find the best employee. Magnificent, right? Brilliant. Who wouldn't want to open that? So one agency that he emailed actually responded to him, decided to interview him, and he landed the job with no college degree. Just a little bit of creativity, ingenuity, and he nailed it. But speaking of degrees, Stoyan is not a lawyer, so the following is not legal advice. Always consult a professional, but he has run a successful contest or two. So Stoyan shared with us 3 rules to consider when you're running a contest or giveaway. The first of which is always include contest-specific terms and conditions.
You can't use your typical website terms and condition rules for the viral giveaway itself. It does not work like that. So you need specific terms and conditions for the viral giveaway itself. I don't know which viral giveaway software you're using. There are different ones. Many of them are going to give you like a template to follow, like sample rules, which apply in many countries, and you can use those. Another option is you can just reach out to me and I'm going to send you a free template for the terms and conditions, and you can use those for your campaign. And like one of the most important rules which you should include there is to say that Facebook, Instagram, and all of the different social medias are not associated with hosting and running and promoting your giveaway. So that you just want to say these platforms are not the organizers of the campaign.
That's an important thing to remember. The only organizer of your giveaway or contest should be you. Stan says it's unlikely you'll get sued, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. And don't forget, it's always smart to reach out to a legal professional if you have questions or concerns about this kind of thing. And please do it before you publish the contest. Now, the next tip. Next tip relates to what we said earlier about Omaze, the contest platform for charities. They encourage you to donate to enter a contest, but you can still enter for free. Here's why.
You cannot ask people to buy something in order to participate in your viral contest or giveaway. There are a lot of people who reach out to me and they just text me, hey, I want to run this competition and people have to buy a product for $20, and if they buy that, they participate in a giveaway to win an iPhone or a tablet. And I tell them, you can't do that. It's against the rules. And the reason is super simple. In most countries, that is going to be counted as a lottery. Like if a person has to buy something in order to participate, that's a lottery. And that's like for such a competition, you need an official license in your country. And trust me, you don't have that license unless you're specifically in that industry in general.
So obviously you can't have people buy something as a condition to enter your contest or giveaway. However, Stoyan says you can be a little bit of a sneaky snake about it by telling people, hey, you can enter the contest or giveaway for free, but then after they enter, kind of upsell them and say, hey, if you want to increase your chances of winning, then buy this product, service, etc., etc. So it's a fun little loophole, but again, we are not lawyers here. We don't claim to be, so always seek professional advice on that topic. And either way, whether you upsell people after they enter or not, the big moneymaker in contests and giveaways is always that post-campaign follow-up that you send, that offer. So, what are you going to send to the people who entered but didn't win? In other words, the losers, right? It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Just kidding. But seriously, it does matter. So speaking of winners and I guess losers and prizes, Stoyan had one last tip to share with us, and that is don't postpone the end date of your contest or giveaway.
And then you start the campaign, you see a lot of people are entering, and you're like, well, since so many people are engaging, I should maybe make the giveaway 1 week longer. You cannot do that. It's against the law. You shouldn't do that. The reason is super simple. At least in the United States, the government does not allow you to postpone the end of the campaign, because if it did allow you, you could postpone it on the time, like all the time, and actually never give away the prize which you promised to people.
Continually postponing the end of the campaign is also just unfair to the participants. you lose their trust in your brand, and that's the opposite of what you want. So, with that in mind, we want to say thank you to Stoyan and say you that if you're running a contest or giveaway soon, to contact him at stoyanmarketing.com. Tell him Chatfuel sent you and you'll get 30% off of his services. All additional information about our guest you can find in the description below. Now, before we wrap up with 3 takeaways from today's episode, let's look at one more great contest example together. Doritos and their Crash the Super Bowl contest, where they invited fans to make their own Doritos commercial. The best one each year got prize money, and their commercial was aired for an audience of 25 million people during the Super Bowl. It's like we talked about earlier. It's a big time commitment for fans to produce a commercial, but the prize matches the effort required. So Doritos received tens of thousands of free commercials made for them over the years, which is great for brand awareness. Let's take a look at winning commercial for 2016, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hey, out, get. Did you find everything okay, sir? What? Have a good day, sir.
You know, I'm really not sure if that dog in disguise was computer generated or not. My guess is that yes, absolutely it was. But either way, it seems like a super duper fun commercial to shoot. Anyway, here, as promised, are our 3 takeaways from today's episode on contests and giveaways. Number 1, offer your product as the prize. Obviously, you can always give away generic prizes like an Amazon gift card or an iPad, but at the end of the day, that really attracts generic prospects. It's much better to be selective. That way, you attract relevant and quality leads who are actually likely to buy from you. Because ultimately, who really cares if you get 100,000, 1 million, 10 million people to enter your campaign if they're just going to immediately unsubscribe and never pay you a dime at the end of it? Number 2, make everyone feel like a winner. Obviously, you're only going to pick one or a couple winners in your contest or giveaway, so it's super important to send a follow-up offer to everybody else. Some examples of that are free plus shipping, 50% off, buy one, get one, etc. Basically, this helps you convert all those qualified leads that you captured and rake in the dough. By the way, who came up with that expression, rake the dough? I never really understood it. Anyway, finally, number 3, use Messenger to simplify the entry process. Chatfuel helps you do exactly this. Unlike a traditional landing page, with a chatbot, the user doesn't need to enter any information for the brand to be able to follow up with them. So literally, once the entrant chats with you, you can re-engage them, and you're actually going to get much higher engagement rates out of it too, because with chatbots, unlike with email, you don't have this spam-filled inbox. Plus, chat marketing is much more affordable. So thanks again so much to our amazing guest lineup today. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same place, for another episode of Chatfuel School. Thanks for attending class today at Chatfuel School. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for even more actionable and educational content. And don't miss out on next week's class. Click the link in the YouTube description to get a reminder when we go live. We'll see you again next Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific. Happy botting.